It's the 2nd of November 2020, and we've had no time to rest since Goni hit the Philippines incredibly hard. We're looking at Hurricane Eta, just newly declared to be a hurricane, and it is bearing down on Nicaragua and Honduras. Eta has been intensifying rapidly, and just in the last hour it has newly been declared a hurricane with winds of 65 knots, a Category 1 currently, but intensifying. Okay, after a delay with editing and some other problems, Eta is now 80 knots, so the intensification is continuing. Sea surface temperatures in the region are in the oranges, which make them about 29 to 30 degrees Celsius. This shows the difference in the sea surface temperatures from normal. Where it's grey, it's normal, then greens are below normal. The oranges by the coast of Nicaragua are indicating temperatures are a bit warmer than normal at the coast by between 1 and 2 degrees. The hurricane is trekking towards the west, and the problem is that the current forecasts suggest that it will stall either over the coast or close to the coast. First, let's take a look at the maximum potential intensity charts. These give an idea of the top limits of intensification possible in the environment. And for both pressure and for the winds, the area in question is in the blues of Category 5, supportive of pressures down to below 900 millibars to down to 890 by the looks of things here, and then supportive of Category 5 winds. But it only has a limited amount of time to intensify before it will start interacting with land, so this is the question: how much will it intensify before landfall? In the current official National Hurricane Forecast, they do not have the storm coming to major hurricane strength before landfall. However, they do state that a 100-knot hurricane or more is possible due to the rapid intensification ongoing in very favorable conditions. Let's take a look at our old friend, the Hurricane Wharf. These are the surface winds, and the purples indicate hurricane strength. There it is, getting up to hurricane strength. As the storm approaches, the border between Nicaragua and Honduras is there, so it's pinpointing below that. You can see that the storm intensifies to become a major hurricane. There are two triangles there indicating 100-knot winds, and that is actually the end of the current forecast as I have it. So I'm jumping back to the previous forecast. This was the previous forecast. It actually had it intensifying more as it approached land, and then there was this bizarre stall that occurs in the storm, keeping it offshore and then spiraling back actually into Honduras as a major hurricane. That was the previous Hurricane Wharf. It was an outlier. The other models were not indicating the same thing. Due to a delay in editing and processing, we now have the H-Wharf, and it is in, and the latest run that is. You can see the difference in the storm track now is taking it into very close to the border of Nicaragua and Honduras, but it is agreeing a bit more with the other models into taking it more into Nicaragua with a landfall at major hurricane strength. There's 105 knots according to the H-Wharf at least. So, and it goes down the coast and actually does hang around on the coast in the H-Wharf. Obviously this is just one simulation, however this stagnation, stalling at the coast is a serious concern. It spends many hours on the coast as a hurricane in this one simulation. Here is the European Center forecast. Now this fails to initialize the storm correctly and does not intensify enough. There's no way it's going to look like this, but we can use it for a rough estimate for their guess on the track, which actually takes it further to the south and into Nicaragua. It does do a spiral and stalling as with the Hurricane Wharf, so this stalling in the weak steering flow that's going to develop is a very serious concern in terms of rainfall for both Nicaragua and Honduras and other areas in Central America. So, as well as the immediate concerns of severe winds and storm surge, we've got the rainfall potential, and this is the total accumulated rainfall. As the storm comes ashore down here in Nicaragua, you'll see the storm totals, rain totals pick up, and they get up into the yellows, which is over 12 inches, and getting up basically close to the top of the scale, more like 16 inches. But the rainfall covers a quite large area and goes into northern Honduras as well. as Nicaragua. Here are all the model tracks put together, and you can see why the consensus track is taking it into Nicaragua. The models are quite tightly packed on this path, but with that slowing in track, high degree of uncertainty, I would say, in terms of the track and intensity as it interacts with the land at slow velocity. You can see some of the tracks taking that loop-de-loop. In summary, Eta looks like a very dangerous, intensifying hurricane close to the coast. The main limit on intensification is just how much time it has to intensify. But wherever the track is going, and wherever it makes landfall, if it makes landfall as a major hurricane, the significant storm surge is most likely going to be on the northern side of the storm. In any case, with the current forecast, this coastline should be under severe preparations, and hopefully tomorrow we'll have a better idea. So, see you in the next one. I'll try and update tomorrow.